we off to first, Mom?
Well, I thought we might try this Pacific Mineral Museum.
Oh, Mom.
Well, here, look. I got this brochure. It's about rocks. I think you guys will like it. I mean, it's interesting.
Mom, rocks and dirt just aren't my thing. Neither are museums.
Here it is here. Just give it a try. There's lots of really interesting things. You'll like it once you see them. There's minerals and it'll be interesting. Come on, give it a try.
Oh, I can hardly contain myself.
Come on, have a look.
Hey, Mom, look. This rock came through.
Look at this one.
It looked like this visit to the Mineral Museum might spark an interest after all.
Hey, look at this one.
Oh, cool.
Mark, the curator, overheard the questions Brendan and Emily were asking.
Prospectors also look for quartz veins in all kinds of rocks because these veins often contain a lot of the metals that we use every day. Yeah, things like gold.
Gold?
Yeah.
Do you happen to have any gold here?
Actually, we have some on display, but if you want to have one to hold in your hand for a little bit, I can go and fetch some.
While Mark was gone, we continued to look around. It was hard to know where to start. Minerals, what are they used for? They're used in every aspect of the buildings we work and live in. Construction, nuts and bolts, nails, fencing, copper pipe, paint. They're in all kinds of transportation. Cars, heavy equipment, planes, the power we use. Household appliances, medical equipment, cosmetics, even toothpaste. It's in the sports we enjoy and the music we play. I'd never really thought much about minerals and their uses before. They really do touch every part of our lives.
Mark arrived back with some great gold samples, and we asked him where they had come from.
That's where all of these, pretty much all of these minerals come from, is from the process of exploration and mining. And if you want to know more about the minerals, then I invite you to do some exploring.
We took Mark's advice, and with the help of Ron, a geologist, we started our own exploration. Ron showed us how to search for signs of mineralization. We learned how to examine rocks, sediments, and water to find evidence of minerals.
I was especially interested in the Global Positioning System, or GPS, which refers to a group of satellites that transmit position information for use by specially designed receivers. Mobile GPS receivers can be used recreationally in hiking, boating, and even flying. In industry, they are stationary on the large equipment. It took a bit of time to understand how this technology helps a geologist to know where he is while searching for a mineral deposit. In exploration, this search will cover large areas of land.
Technicians and geologists will go into selected areas to look for visual clues such as metallic minerals, veins, changes in color or texture of rocks, and minerals of interest. They will also chemically test soils, sediments, and rock samples. If good results are found, then mineral rights must be secured by staking claims covering the entire exploration area. This allows time to carry out more comprehensive tests, such as geophysical surveys, to examine rocks for signs of magnetism and electrical conductivity that will provide clues to finding deposits. Additional exploration involves soil sampling. Samples are collected and sent to laboratories for analysis to determine levels of natural mineralization. Larger scale sampling may involve small excavation and trenching, which help determine target areas for drilling and drill core sampling. Regulations require a detailed work plan that defines how the land used for exploration will be reclaimed. While exploration work occurs far from public view, the entire process is strictly monitored by a governing body such as the Ministry of Energy and Mines. Consultation with stakeholder groups provides a balance to any issues or concerns that might arise. If a good deposit is found, then a mine might be developed. Approval from government is required to build a mine. Once approval has been received, then construction of the mine would begin. The way minerals are extracted from the earth depends on the location of the deposit. Is it located in mountainous terrain? Will it be found deep underground? Does it lie close to the surface? Answering these questions and more will determine how to mine the deposit. Will a new mine use surface extraction methods such as open pit or strip mining? Or will the removal of the minerals be done underground?
Is Britannia the oldest mine in BC?
It's quite an old mine. Mining started in 1904 here at Britannia. I believe the first mines in BC were coal mines on Vancouver Island about 1850 or so.
In the tunnel, we got a glimpse of what it would have been like to be an underground miner long ago. Emily and I tested our muscles pushing an ore cart. Imagine having to do that all day long. In this tunnel, we were shown the old equipment that was used when the mine was operating and actually saw some of it in operation.
I even tried to operate a drill.
Being underground at this old mine site made me wonder what an underground mine would be like nowadays.
When mineral deposits lie deep within the earth, they must be extracted by underground mining methods. Geologists and mining engineers work together to determine where the work will be done within the deposit area. Underground mining is complex. All the miners and equipment must be taken underground. This is done by transporting the miners in a cage that travels down a shaft, taking the miners to where the work awaits deep underground. In some instances, this distance can reach several thousand feet below surface elevation. Here, drill patterns determined ahead of time dictate where the drilling will take place. In any mine, the rock must be broken into manageable size, therefore explosives must be used to break the rock free. The broken rock is then hauled by specialized underground equipment to crushers that break it into even smaller pieces. Once broken, the rock is placed onto conveyors that will take it up to the mill at the surface.
That's huge.
I know, look at all the trucks and stuff.
Wow.
It's huge.
Mineral deposits found closer to the surface may be mined using an open pit method. In open pit mines, the rock also has to be broken free by using explosives. Again, a large drill will follow a predetermined drill pattern to make the holes for the explosives.
And these are R49 drills. They're going to drill a hole about 12 inches in diameter. The diameter can vary.
I was taken to where the drilling was actually taking place, and then I was lucky enough to meet the drill operator.
So, how many holes do you drill here in one day?
Well, actually, it depends on the ground conditions. We average somewhere between 20 and 25 holes a shift. And we're off.
There it goes.
Once the rock is freed by the explosion, large shovels load huge trucks to take the rock to its next destination.
These trucks amazed me. They can hold 240 metric tons of rock. That's like carrying 150 average-sized cars. The cab of the truck had both room for me and the driver. Once the truck was loaded, the computer on the truck gave us a signal when we were full, and it was time to go. On the level pit roads, these trucks travel at a speed of approximately 30 kilometers per hour. In something so big, it seemed like we were flying. The cost of this size of haul truck is over $3 million, and one of the tires alone will cost $20,000. I also noticed a water truck. My driver told me that these trucks are needed to control the dust on the roads. The haul trucks carry rock to a primary crusher, but in our case, this load had to be taken to a waste dump because it did not contain enough minerals and would not be sent to the mill.
This mine operates 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. A lot of rock gets moved and crushed in that time. And once it becomes small enough from all the crushing, a conveyor system transports the material from the underground or open pit mine into a mill complex, which is located at the surface elevation. At this point, the rock can now be referred to as ore.
Leslie, a university co-op student, took us through the mill complex.
The ore receives further crushing inside the mill and must continually be ground down until it becomes nearly as small as the mineral particles within it. In the mill, the minerals are separated from the unwanted rock called waste. This is done by adding water and special chemicals to the crushed ore, and this creates a mixture called a slurry. Some of the chemicals are called collectors, and they stick to mineral grains, while other chemicals are called frothers. They encourage bubble formation in attempts to float minerals upward. This process is called flotation.
When we saw the bubbles, we thought they were boiling. Obviously not.
This system is automatically sampled and analyzed by computers. Mechanized paddles skim off the mineral-coated bubbles to form a concentrate that then has to undergo filtering and drying. As in metal mining, coal, a fossil fuel, is mined using similar blasting, extraction, and milling processes. However, if the coal deposit lies in large seams close to the surface, then a strip mining method may be used. Large drag lines are used to remove the surface soils in order to expose the coal seams. Drag lines are the largest land-based machines on Earth. Coal is an important source of energy in the world and is also used in making steel. Every day, millions of liters of water are used in the milling process. So what happens to all that water? This water, along with the waste sand from processing, called tailings, is pumped into a tailings pond where the sands settle and the water is treated, recycled, and reused over and over again.
Speaking of using a lot of water in mining, we decided to take some time out to try our hand at gold panning. Recreational panning, that is.
Whoa, whoa, Brendan, look what I found.
What? Kind of looks like what we saw from the museum.
Yeah, it does.
Actually, what Emily found was a piece of iron pyrite, fool's gold.
Gold panning is a type of placer mining and uses gravity separation to separate the minerals. When minerals are separated by adding water along with some form of movement, gravity will allow the heavier minerals to fall to the bottom first. The exciting part about processing gold is the production of the bullion bars that are prepared for purposes of shipping. Most concentrate is transported bulk by trucks and trains. However, some of the more valuable concentrate will be shipped in moisture-proof bags to protect the concentrate. Coal is sprayed with a latex coating. This stabilizes it for transport. Sometimes more creative methods must be considered. Eventually, all concentrate and coal products arrive at port where they are loaded onto large cargo ships and from there taken to markets around the world for further refining and manufacturing.
Shipping to markets worldwide got me thinking about mining and how it reaches into the business world. It must take a lot of money to start up and operate a mine. Where does the money come from?
Banks and stock exchanges offer opportunity to invest money. The stock exchange is one place where people can invest in resources, as well as technology and other industrial sectors.
TDNX is an amalgamation of both the Vancouver and the Alberta Stock Exchange. The exchange in British Columbia came together in 1907, and its main purpose was to help promote the mining industry within the province of British Columbia.
So, how do you trade stocks?
Well, everything nowadays is done on a computer. I mean, we used to have trading floors where you'd have traders on a trading floor running back and forth and...
But there comes a time when every mine stops activity, and then reclamation of all the land used for mining must take place. Watch how it happened at this site as the ocean water reclaims the pit.
As we know, a mine from the day it opens is looking at a closing date, and this company had enough foresight and thought that they planned as much for the closing as the opening. Things have to change, and I like change, I like responsible change, and we've had one of the best.
Reclaimed waste areas can be reseeded. Wetlands and wildlife habitat may be established. Eventually, the land will be as productive as it was prior to the mining activity, or even better. The process of mining is a cycle. Minerals are found, extracted, then processed, and the land is reclaimed. We depend on minerals for virtually everything we need. Being well informed about how minerals support our way of life and build world economies is important to all of our futures.